Good morning, everyone, or afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. Sharon Danley here with 2-minute tips. This week, we're going to do two more reveals, and we're going to do some tips and tricks and techniques on tube mascara. So let me just put this up here for us. And I want to make sure, though, that somebody's watching so that I'm online correctly, because there's been changes with programs again, and I'm just not sure. Okay, it seems to be fine. Okay, so make better reveals. We have contestants 3 and 4 to reveal to you today, and I'm going to talk about tube mascara, its benefits and its drawbacks, and then our usual Q&A. So let's jump right into the mascara. All right. Tube mascara is the latest, where we think it's the latest. It's been around for some time. I used to wear what was called Kiss Me mascara, and this is what it looked like. And it has now become the Blink that you see advertised. Now, it's around $30-ish. But a more popular one that's come out is the, the L'Oreal Double Extend, Double Extend Tube Mascara. Now, I've got it on today for you, and I'll show you in a second, to give you an idea of how it works. Now, for older lashes, that is, those of us that are over 45, it's really important that we consider how fragile our lashes get as we age. They lose their strength, they become dull in look, they lose their volume and that sort of thing. So anything we can do to kind of pump it up is really good. I am, as you know, or most of you know, a huge false lash fan, because for me, and only because I'm practiced, it takes much less time to put on some false lashes. But looking at this particular brand, which is half the price, these are the benefits of it. It's easy on the lashes. The lashes curl well and they stay that way. It's waterproof. It doesn't smudge. And it's easy to remove, which is really important for our more fragile lashes. What I have found works best is to heat my lash curler, curl my lashes first, and I heat it just under the hot water, curl my lashes first, and then I add the white primer, one coat of it, and I don't go back into the tube, it's not necessary. And then I add the mascara itself. Now, it dries fairly quickly, but what I do while it's drying is I put my fingers underneath my lashes and push them up and hold them just for a little bit, like that, so that it helps them to stay up. Then I add maybe a second coat to the tips. I don't bother going in because it's kind of thick, and I don't want to have to separate lashes. You know, when they get clumpy looking? If that happens, I use just a little spoolie to comb through so that they're not so clumped up looking. Things that I'm not crazy about is the delivery system. The brushes aren't that great. And when you pull the brush out of the wand, on some mascaras, they have like a tight little seal there where you can pull it out and it removes some of the excess. This doesn't seem to have that. So not a big fan of the delivery system. And it appears as if, you have less mascara in the tube. So these are all things for your consideration. However, if you want to just put it on and get it right, it takes more time than it does to put on false lashes, but it lasts the whole day. It is waterproof, smudge-proof, all that sort of thing. So those are good aspects of it. Now, for those that might be at an event like a wedding or something of that nature where there's a lot of tears of joy, for those of us who, cry, even though this may be waterproof over time, it should last okay. But with a false lash, if you don't get them on right, then you stand the chance of maybe it coming loose in the corner if you haven't put it on right. What you can do with the false lash and a wedding and an event is also add some of this mascara underneath and then squeeze your false lash together with the double extend, and you're going to have vavoom, and it's going to last. Now, what I've done today is I have added a demi to the very end. I hope you can see that okay. Get my hair out of the way. Now, why did I do that? Because as we age, our lashes become shorter through the ends. And extending the end of our eye with eyeshadows and stuff is a way to improve or bring back or strengthen the eye. So I add just the demis. So, and when I look up, I think you can see where they look a little heavier at the ends. That's because I brought the weight back, and you stand back a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't be that close to anybody in real life unless they're an intimate. So what it does is standing back, it gives you the weight. Now the demis are fast and easy to put on too. Again, though, timing, both putting on a full strip of lashes the way I usually do and doing this does take longer. That's for sure. So those are the benefits and the not so good stuff. And that's something you have to weigh in for yourself to see what works for you and for your lifestyle. Like if you're doing a lot of swimming, as an example, this would be a great mascara for you. I do love that when you remove it, it comes off very easily, just like my original tube mascara does. It does not hurt the eyes. It doesn't damage, not the eyes, but the lashes. There's no problem with them, being pulled out or anything like that. Now, here's something else. I don't know if anybody else experiences this, but I do. When I curl my lashes and wear a mascara regularly, I have two bald patches in each eye, one in the center here and one in the center here. The more I wear mascara and curl my lashes, those start to come out and that bald spot gets bigger. I find just wearing a false lash is great. So again, those are all options for you, depending on your lifestyle, your needs, your desires, or whatever. So I want to see if anybody has any questions about this before I move on to do the Make Better reveals. So if you could post your questions, that would be great. And of course, we will have questions later on as well. So I think I've covered everything for you. I would recommend it. It's not the be all and end all, but no makeup is. You can use it in a variety of different ways. Use it with false lashes, on its own, depending what your lashes are like. But yeah, I think it's something to have in your makeup bag for sure. Something that's really worthwhile. Okay, so it doesn't look like we have any questions or comments. So I am going to move on to our Make Better, our Pay It Forward Make Betters. And again, for those who haven't seen the last one that I did, the reason I call them Make Betters is because it's not about making the person over. It's taking what they have and making the best of it. Now, I only use about 4 eyeshadows, and they're from MAC. You can buy them in pans. Carbon, which is black. Brun, which is a good true brown. Print, which is a perfect gray. It's, a medium to dark gray, and you can wear it light-handed or not. I always wear it in my brows. And then there's Coquette, which is a taupe that you can, again, wear lighter or stronger. I like the MAC eyeshadows because they have good payoff. They're finely milled. They're highly pigmented. They're terrific. Dual finish powder. And, of course, the Maybelline lip color in any combinations. What I'm wearing today, for those who may be interested, is my fave, number 25, Flame. It's a red. And I'm wearing the new one that they brought out, All Night Apricot over top. Both of these they have no shimmer in them, which I think is really good for us older femme fatales. but it gives me the color of highlight in the center, and it's and so that the red isn't so red, so it makes it more like a summer red. So just in case you wanted to know. So that's what, with these Make Better reveals, this is the approach that I take to all of them. Okay, and let's see, we're going to bring up our very first contestant, which is contestant number 3. Now let's take a look at this fine woman. She has some discoloration on her skin, but she's got beautiful teeth, and look at those deep set eyes, beautiful facial structure. She's got and lovely big eyes too. Now, I've been working with her on the Going Gray and Loving It page, and she's been working diligently to practice doing her own makeup with the stuff that we talk about over there. Now, here is what she did with herself. She has filled in her brows and with the shape that they are. She has used a gel liner for the waterline. She's augmented her lashes, and she's strengthened her upper liner. But notice how she strengthened her lower liner, going straight out to the sides. And she's kept it all within the color family of her hair. Her skin tone has been evened out beautifully, and she's decided to wear an eyeshadow from her crease on up. She's got the kind of eye that she can do that. Then we take a look at her lip color. What I love about it is that it's defined and slightly augmented in the center, upper and lower. Now, I'm going to take these away and show you what this is her makeover that she did for herself. So I want to show you with a couple of little tweaks that I did from this picture. Basically, all that I did was just strengthen the the lash line, the lower lash line, and I reshaped the brows and brought that right one down to be more in line with her left, and I thickened them up a little. Now, this is a case where it's a question of preference. It's just a question of preference. Whether you like the character in the eyebrow, or whether you want to bring it down and make it look a little bit more symmetrical. Now, I've got her guidelines here, and this is what I did with the guidelines in her brows. You can see how the right one, you need to take off the top and fill in underneath, and a little bit off the left one, but fill in underneath, but not quite as much. Just let you watch that for a second. Okay, now let's take a look at her work that she's done, which is quite good, and some adjustments that I've made to it. Now I want to go back to her, let me see if I get this right. Nope, I don't want to do that. That's it. Now we take a look at her before and her after. The power and the magic of makeup. And it's, again, only a few products. Dual Finish Powder can cover quite well. And this is a wonderful example. And the other thing is, too, she's used a brown that has a little bit of a red in it, which is great because that's her hair coloring. Now, the other thing that she's doing is she's wearing a topper. You can't tell in the first picture, but in the second picture, she is just thrilled with this topper. It's a case of where, when our hair thins out as we age, sometimes a topper is just the answer to everything. And it's so easy. You just slap that thing on and go. because it's always in good shape. It holds its memory and all that sort of thing really well. Okay, so I'm looking to see if there's any comments. Can somebody make a comment or ask a question? Because I want to make sure that everything's working okay. That would be great if you could before I go on to our next contestant. I'm wondering if they're not coming through okay. Let me just check. I don't understand. Please, if somebody, I've got your thumbs up, but I need to have a comment or a question or something. I think that, yeah, this updated version of the program seems to have a bit of a glitch in it, I think. So, all right, well, I'm going to go on to the next one then, contestant number 4. And here is our contestant. She's got reddish hair, beautiful eyes, nice and big. She's got strong lips and pretty good skin. Now, when I give her some tweakage, again, just with the products that I've recommended, take a look at how taking that sharp angle off her brow softens her face. And I've added more lash line, the lower lash line. I've added more eyeshadow there, which helps to strengthen the eye. And even though she has a, what do you call it, a hooded eye, I like to call it a Lauren Bacall eye, it's not necessary always to cover that over, to try to camouflage it or to make it something that you don't want. You can just ignore it altogether. Now, the other thing that I've done here is I've just evened her skin tone a little bit more, and again around the eyes. But you see the marks, the 11sies between her eyes. With packing on the dual finish powder a little bit more, it helps to camouflage them or to smooth them down a little bit. Okay, it doesn't get rid of them, but it just evens them out a little bit more. Now let's take a look at her lips. Notice how I have evened up the top lip a little bit more on the left side. I've raised that a bit. And on the bottom, both left side and right side, I've brought it in, diminished the sides, and augmented the bottom center. Now I'll show you her, where did that go? Okay, now I'm going to show you a surprise here. Wait a second. I'm going to bring this in. This is our same contestant with a gray wig, because she's going gray and she thought she would like to wear a wig during her transition time, and most likely will wear it afterwards. And here's her with her makeup, and then here it is afterwards with some tweaks. The biggest thing is to strengthen her lower lash line and to reshape her brows so it has a softer, more approachable look. And notice how doing those two things, her lash line with her eyebrows, it makes her lashes, her eyes and her brows come together as as one statement rather than two separate ones. The other thing I did was just slightly, covered over a little bit more those lines between her eyes and the sides of her nose, and down on her chin, the sides of her chin. Now, the other thing was I defined her lips a little more. When lipstick wears off, that's why I like the Maybelline, because it wears really well. But you want to make sure, especially when you're wearing a stronger color, to be sure that you you make sure that all the spaces are covered, that you don't have any white spaces left. So here I have, here's her guidelines that I've done for her brows. Now take a look again. On her right brow, a lot more has to come off her top right brow and filled in underneath. And both brows, in the very center front, hair needs to come away. And on the left brow, you can see, and on the right, you have to fill in the upper part of the front and then the back end. So now I'm going to go back, if I can find it, and show you her first picture. Let's where is it? Sorry, going to move this over for you. I'm going to show you the difference with the eyebrows done in both cases and the lips corrected. The difference in what hair color can do. Both can look great. And what I've done also in both of these is I've lifted the circumference of their crowns a little bit. So again, it's a personal choice, but a wig or a topper is for those who are transitioning. Instead of going the chemical route, it would be much easier and more fun and more reliable and less expensive to get a synthetic, heat-friendly synthetic topper or a demi wig. So, alrighty, now we seem to have a problem, Houston, because I'm not getting any questions here. I'm going to see if I can check something. I don't know what, with comments. I don't seem to be getting any. Okay, so there's a glitch. So what I'm going to do then is to ask you to post your questions in the comments below. And maybe what I can do is, if I figure this out fast, maybe I can do another live stream to answer the questions a little bit later today. Say about, I don't know, let's try for 3 o'clock. If I get this figured out by 3 o'clock, I'll do another live and I'll answer your questions and we'll go over this a little bit more, okay? Otherwise, if I don't, post your questions in the comments below and I will endeavor to answer them that way. So there's no point in going to our questions because I'm just not seeing any. I'm going to try and add a comment. Sharon testing. If anybody sees that, I don't know if that helps anything, but I cannot for the life of me figure out why I can't see the comments. I'm so sorry. Well, let's moving along to social media here. Or actually, I wanted to go here to subscribe. People aren't making enough use of the way YouTube has laid things out. If you're looking for a particular topic, you just go to the little search icon there and type in what it is you're looking for, and any videos in this channel that is related to that question will come up for you. Alternatively, you can go to the playlists, click that on, and then all the playlists will come up, and there's more than this for sure. And then just click on what you want to see. All of the videos within each of the playlists are labeled appropriately and easy for you to understand what's inside the video. So that's a way to go. Now, for social media, please like, share, subscribe. Subscribing is really important because, as I said, I'm not monetized. I receive no money, no benefit, no anything from this. So I'm not in the, because I'm not monetized, YouTube, I think they treat me a little bit differently. So I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and thumbs up. If for those who are interested in the advocacy work I do, I have my own advocacy channel and it's listed right there. Please share with your friends and please thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it, again, because it's the algorithms don't have any brains, you see. They can't discern things like a human being would. So because the algorithm is the game in town with YouTube, you got to try to work around it. So having a thumbs up, comments makes a big difference. Okay. This is my public page, Sharon Danley Beauty on Facebook. And if you want a closed group going gray and loving it, it's listed right there. And for your make betters, you can post to you either join the Going Gray group or you post a picture on the timeline of Sharon Danley Beauty, and I will put you through the Photoshop spa, put you out here, and wherever you posted your picture, I will give you copies of the afters that I've done for you, including the guidelines. Now, I wanted to just also say that if you want to pay it forward, make better, post your photo, like I said, on either one of these Facebook pages. And when you take a photo, wear your normal makeup, okay? Because it helps me a lot to go from scratch, and I'd like to see what you wear. What's the habit in the way you wear your makeup? Keep hair off your brows. I mean, you don't have to pull it off with a barrette or anything, but just keep it, away from the brows so I can attend to them. You want to look straight into the camera lens, and if you're doing this on your phone, you don't look kind of down at your phone, the picture of yourself on your phone. You find where the camera lens is, look right at it, and then click, okay? And a slight smile is a good idea. That's always great. And your chin parallel with the floor. You don't want to be up like this, and you don't want to be looking in like this because it changes the perspective. And please, no angles or anything like that. It has to be straight on so that I can work with it, because it's a two-dimensional thing that I'm working on. Best lighting, face a window. Don't have, if you've got a light source that's coming into the side, it's going to cause shadow on the other side. But if you face a window, and not in the sunshine, because then you get blowout, okay? We don't want blowout because then I can't attend to your skin or take a look at it. And absolutely no filters whatsoever. So that's what you need to do to take a picture, take your selfies, and so you can post them. Alrighty, so let's take a look at this week's quote. Beautiful young people are an accident of nature, but beautiful old people are works of art. Eleanor Roosevelt. Okay, ladies, well, because we don't have any questions, that's kind of it. It's a shorter one. Like I said, I'm going to try to figure out what's happened with the comments, and I will endeavor to answer them. I'm going to try again at 3 o'clock if I find the problem. And if I don't, well, I'll figure it out for the next time. And next week, I'm not sure what video I'm putting up, but it'll be something that I think will be interesting. I think coming back to a little bit more of the makeup, the foundation, because there's been lots of talk and push to try to get a dewy look. And for us older women, going too dewy just isn't the way to go. But anyway, I'm going to address that in the upcoming video, okay? And I'm going to be maybe starting a new playlist called Keeping It Real. But that's just in the front end of the works right now. So that's all I can say about it. So anyway, my apologies, ladies, for things not working very well as far as the comments are concerned. I'll figure it out. I'll get my IT team me working on it, and I'll have it up and running for you for next time, okay? Thank you so much. Enjoy the balance of your day wherever you are, and remember that practice, persistence, and patience is going to get you to your goals, okay? Thank you so much, ladies. Mwah!